What's up, everyone? So the Golden State Warriors tried to trade away Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson for CP3. CP3 rejected the trade and saved the Warriors dynasty. So this is another article by Fadeaway World. So please be sure to check out that link in the description to check out the full article. So let's just break it down. So on multiple occasions, the Warriors nearly tore down the potential dynasty that reshaped the NBA. It's public knowledge that the Warriors were the best team in the NBA from 2015-2019, but that stretch of dominance nearly didn't happen because the players making up that roster might have not even been there and been in other teams. So the Warriors nearly traded away Klay Thompson to the Minnesota Timberwolves for Kevin Love, but the real kicker was that Klay Thompson was almost packaged with the 2015 and 2016 MVP Stephen Curry. In 2011, the Warriors attempted to trade both Steph Curry and Klay Thompson for CP3, who was on the trading block with the New Orleans Hornets. He was a big name at the time. So according to reports, Hornets GM Dell Demps was receptive, but there was one catch in Paul's desire to play in Oakland. So the trade, how it was supposed to go down, was the New Orleans Hornets was supposed to acquire Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, and the New Orleans Hornets sending CP3 to the Warriors. So yeah, so the New Orleans Hornets received Stephen Curry, 2011 number 11 overall pick, which was Klay Thompson. So the Warriors went to the playoffs just once from 1994 to 1995 through the 2011-2012 campaign. There are questions about Curry's overall health, while Thompson was just a rookie out of Washington State. So Paul had grown tired of wasting all-star years, and he wanted to join a title team, while Golden State was nothing far from that. It was a business at the end of the day. New Orleans looked at the young potential of both Curry and Thompson and saw the future. And this was, this was the future. I mean, if this happened, I would be very shocked and surprised. However, Paul didn't see a future of himself wearing a Warriors jersey because he didn't see a future. It resulted to two massive implications. The Warriors grew into a dynasty while the New Orleans had to sit back and wonder what if. So CP3 nixed the trade himself, according to reports. Paul wanted out of New Orleans, which is why the team nearly pulled off the legendary trade with the Los Angeles Lakers, but got nixed by Commissioner David Stern. The Warriors from Strauss and NBA Inside, the Warriors attempted to trade away Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson for CP3 in 2011. It was far from the only time Curry was short, but this instance the deal was very close to completion. But Myers made the offer, and Hornets GM Dell Demps was receptive. The catch was CP3 went out of New Orleans but had no intention of playing for the woe-begone Warriors. Oh my god, these articles just go. I think woe-begone, what? CP3 told the Warriors they could use this trade, but he wouldn't be staying when the contract was up as the season ended. So this guy was on a 1-year rental. So the team that he was going to, the guys who were getting him, if it ended up being a 1-year rental, they would lose in the end. So yeah, the Hornets weren't the only organization to narrowly lose out on the deal of a lifetime. According to the GM, the Warriors were blindly lucky as they were unsuccessful in trading Steph and Klay for the stars they offered them together for. He said there were many people who tried to get and failed. So yeah, Paul told the Warriors that he also was receptive to the idea. The problem was he was not going to stay in Oakland when his contract was up the next season because he was on a rental. Paul confirmed that he didn't want to stay with the Warriors. So it meant that the Warriors will have one try and win at the highest level with the talent on the roster. Paul will have gone from one borderline playoff team to another. Instead, the Warriors were lucky to keep their stars, given what transpired later in the years, because I would never imagine like a situation where the Warriors didn't have a Klay Thompson or a Stephen Curry. Hornets projected lineup if this trade happened. It will be point guard Stephen Curry, shooting guard Klay Thompson, small forward Marco Bellinelli, power forward Trevor Ariza, and center Emeka Okafor. So this lineup will have been competitive on paper, but we have to remember that Curry faced injuries that limited him to 26 games in 2011-2012. This is the period where LeBron James was dominating. Just to mention it as a side note. Assuming that Curry was hurt again, the Pelicans will not have been a playoff team with this roster, but might have been in the lottery to draft Anthony Davis, which they eventually did in 2012. Along with Curry, Emeka Okafor played only 26 games. So, also Thompson was a rookie that didn't truly develop until a few years down the road. Thompson's second season is where he started to see real development. Thompson averaged 16 points per game on 40% shooting from deep in his second year. So both Marco Bellinelli and Trevor Ariza were complete complementary pieces, but were not stars at the time. So the future outlook of New Orleans would have been bright if Curry, Thompson, and Davis were all in the same team together. So Warriors' projected lineup, if this trade happened, will have point guard CP3, shooting guard Monte Ellis, small forward Dorell Wright, power forward David Lee, and center Adris Bedrins. So Ellis was coming off a season where he averaged 24 points, 5.6 rebounds, 2.1 steals. Had Paul joined the team, it would have been a competitive backcourt with Golden State. Been a very good lineup right there. Instead, Curry got hurt and the Warriors traded Ellis to the Milwaukee Bucks. At the time, Ellis was averaging 21.9 points and 6.0 assists. So as for David Lee, he was coming off his first season with the Warriors where he averaged 16.5 points and 9.8 rebounds. Lee finished in the 2011-2012 season with 20.1 points and 9.6 rebounds. Essentially, Paul will have left New Orleans and Davis West for a player of around the same caliber of talent. So this trade didn't happen. So the aftermath was, had this trade gone down, the ripple effect would have been staggering. The Warriors would have never become the Warriors that we know today. Steph wouldn't have had 2 MVPs. The Warriors wouldn't have made 5 straight trips to the NBA Finals. They wouldn't have gone 73-9. KD would not have left the Thunder to join the Warriors and eventually join the Nets down the road. If the Warriors never became the Warriors, they will be potentially talking about the New Orleans owning a dynasty, while Durant might have at least 1 or 2 championships with OKC. So you can see how that move right there, if that move happened, would have changed the whole landscape. CP3 would not be with the Suns or even the Rockets at the time. I don't know. Hindsight was 2020. With that said, Curry only played 26 games in the 2011-2012 season due to a recurring ankle injury. At one point, it was talked about as a career-threatening injury. If Curry was hurt, the Pelicans might have been bad enough to get the number 1 overall pick. After all, Thompson was only a rookie and still needed development. In the 2012 draft, the Pelicans did land the number 1 pick and used it on selecting Anthony Davis. The Anthony Davis we know right now, he's with the Lakers. Yeah, with Curry, Thompson, and Davis, that big three have been formed, and that dynasty that the Warriors had between 2015 and 2019. So yeah, New Orleans have never won a championship, let alone made the NBA Finals. Had Paul not mentioned he was leaving the team after 1 year, it would have been a game changer. So yeah, instead the Pelicans traded Paul to the Los Angeles Clippers for Eric Gordon, Chris Kaman, Al-Farouq Aminu, and a first-round pick. The Clippers never made it past the second round, but they made it to the West Finals in 2021. So yeah, choking playoff leads multiple times. The Clippers have blown 2-3-1 leads. Paul made the Clippers relevant and brought in the Lob City era, helping the team win franchise record games and left the franchise as an all-time leader in assists and steals. However, Lob City wasn't enough to make the conference finals, which hampered Paul's overall legacy. As for New Orleans, the team landed the number 1 pick in the 2012 draft and drafted Anthony Davis, who was a star of the team from 2012 to 2019. Like Paul, Davis couldn't lead the team out of the second round of the playoffs. He grew tired of losing seasons and was eventually traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, where he won a title alongside LeBron James. In the end, the Warriors came out on top for not making this trade happen, what New Orleans lived to be one of the biggest what ifs. They just have those big what if scenarios. What if they really this trade? That's one thing that I don't want to live with as a GM or as an NBA owner, because if I had the chance to do that and it just got nixed, I don't know, man. It was crazy. I can't still imagine CP3 in a Warriors jersey, a number three Warriors jersey, or Steph and Klay with New Orleans Pelicans, New Orleans Hornets at the time jerseys. I wouldn't picture that. I wouldn't even picture like that Hornets team going 73-9. Nah, bro. The Warriors are the GOAT franchise, and they did the right thing for not pulling a trigger on that trade. And actually, CP3 did the right thing for not agreeing to that, because the Warriors will have lost in the end if he would have been forced to go there, because it will be a 1-year rental, and he wouldn't sign there long term. So there's a video. So yeah, man, I'm so happy this trade didn't go through. So if you guys like the video, make sure to leave your feedback down in the comment section down below. Make sure subscribe to the channel, turn on notification posts so that you never miss any new videos that are coming in. So with that being said, man, I'm out. Peace.